Hello everybody, this is Jared, the non-alcoholic aficionado, and I have 3 beverages today in an IPA showdown. We've got the Athletic Brewing Citrus Cacao IPA, the RationAle Citrus Hazy IPA, and the tried and true Athletic Brewing Free Wave Hazy IPA. These are going to be very interesting to compare to each other, so let's get started. Let's start off with the Athletic Brewing Citrus Cacao IPA. I got this from a friend and then I had to buy a 6-pack for myself. And realistically, it is it's an interesting combination. I've got first time ever using this. It's a tiny little IPA tasting glass. Let's see how they are. Give it a shot here. Give it a pour. A little bit of head. Tiny little glass. It was suggested to me by a friend as I'm doing hazy IPAs to give you as close a look at the color as possible. So there you can see it's very opaque and hazy. Let's give it a shot, give it a smell. Citrus and hops. Cheers. Ooh, very sweet, very fruity. The cacao isn't super present. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it's that little aftertaste of kind of a bitterness to it, actually. Yeah, it's like it comes on first with the sweetness and the citrusy flavor, and then it lingers with that kind of almost like a chocolatey coffee bitterness with the hoppy aftertaste at the same time. It's very unique. All right, that's really good. I like that one. All right, next off, the Citrus Hazy IPA. I got to make a plug for RationAle. I've been working with them as part of their Maverick program. It's like affiliation or set up, and been able to get some of their brews to taste test and kind of give my take on. This one has jumped out to me as one of my favorites so far. And if you're interested in getting access to one yourself from the website, there's a link in my description to the video below. Let's give it a shot. It is brews without booze. I like that. Not only is this citrusy, but it is hazy. So by way of the title of this video, it's both things at once. Nice head. Get the look, the color. It's hazy, it's opaque, nice and yellow, orange, yellow, orange, I don't know, somewhere in the middle. Doesn't smell super hoppy. Cheers. Not as sweet as the Citrus Cacao IPA from Athletic Brewing. It's good, but it's got a little bit of an aftertaste. It's not as sweet, a little bit more bitter. There's definitely some citrus notes to it, but it's just not as pronounced as the Cacao IPA. It's good though. I really like the amount of hoppy flavor it has, while at the same time having the citrus component, but it's not overwhelming with either side of the equation that it's on. I'm really liking this little glass. It's got a thin edge that kind of goes outward, and I like it a lot. That was the Hazy Citrus IPA from RationAle. And finally, the Athletic Brewing Co. Free Wave Hazy IPA. This is one of their best sellers. Athletic Brewing Co. I believe has been around since 2017. They're one of the biggest players in the NA beer market, and they put out a ton of good stuff. They have a lot of variety. Everything you think you'd want as a potential NA beer trier. It's a terrible word, terrible way of putting it, but if you're looking to try NA beers, Athletic's a great place to start because of the variety that they offer. Let's see here. Let's pour it. This is one of their best sellers, like I said, and for good reason. It's got a lot going for it. It doesn't say anything on the can about having citrus component to it, but just based on what I've tasted it and how I've tasted it in the past and what it's tasted like, I wanted to put it against these two beers in this little comparison taste test, or showdown you might say. And let's give it a shot. There's the color, it's a little less opaque than the other two. A little bit ahead in the tiny little glass. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. That citrus cacao IPA is overshadowing both of these. The sweetness and the citrusy and that bitterness from the cacao nibs, that whole thing, and the hoppiness, that's just, that one jumps out to me a lot compared to these other two. But the Free Wave is just a straightforward, lightly hopped, slightly bitter, but a little bit sweet, a little bit citrusy, just well-rounded beer. Yeah, it's very comparable to the RationAle beer in a lot of ways. The amount of citrus versus hops versus sweetness. The RationAle is a little less sweet. So if I had to rate the sweetness, I would say citrus cacao, Free Wave, and RationAle. And yeah, we'll see how they rate after I give them a little bit more of a second rundown. All right, now I am going to make a shameless plug and ask for you to subscribe to my channel, bluntly. No, I'm kidding. I want to say thank you to everybody that is subscribed already, and it means a lot to me to see this channel slowly start to grow as I build out more cool videos, comparisons, and taste tests, and whatever else is down the line. So I really appreciate people that are watching, and if you are new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe to help me grow and reach more people, to spread the word about non-alcoholic beverages, kind of showing what's out there. If you are kind of looking into testing out NA beverages, sober curious lifestyle, trying a break from alcohol, whatever it might be for you, I'm here to provide visibility into what's out there. So thank you again. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to, and keep an eye out for more content from me. And now let's do the ratings. If you haven't watched already, I do a rating on 1 to 10. Nothing's ever been a 1. I don't think it ever will be, because I wouldn't pick out a bad beer, I don't feel like. And I've had some 10s. All right, we have the Citrus Cacao IPA in the tiny IPA tasting glass, round 2. We will pour with our left hand and hope for the best, and give it a rating. I poured a lot of this one because I really like it, and I don't think I have any left. So none more in the beer fridge. Gotta enjoy it. Cheers. The citrusy sweetness jumps out so much. It's not too much though. It's just the right amount. I like it a lot. But it's still bitter. The unique combination that it offers of sweetness and bitterness in the beginning and in the end is so complex, and I really enjoy it. And for the fact that it is so complex yet is approachable and it's not so hoppy or so sweet, this one's gonna get a 9 out of 10. One of the better IPAs I've had, and I've tried a decent amount. So if you ever get a chance to get your hands on this one, I think it's still a limited release on the Athletic Brewing site. Get it, 9 out of 10. You will not be let down. And now, the RationAle Citrus Hazy IPA. Right hand, give it a shot, and we shall pour out round 2. Give it a swirl, a little bit ahead. Cheers. It's just a different taste. It's not bad. It's good, but it's not as smooth as the Free Wave, and it's not as sweet as the citrus. It's definitely more bitter than both of them, and it's almost kind of nutty. That's a really weird thing to say about an IPA, but it almost is. Yeah, the aftertaste is just a little nutty. I don't know how else to describe it. That's what my taste buds are telling me. I've had a lot of beer tonight already, NA beers, so maybe I'm a little jaded, but it's not bad. It's good. Let's pour just a little bit more of this one. I need to give it another taste. I really like the color. It's very hazy. Love this tiny glass. Yeah, I really enjoy the bitterness of this. I think I've said it, more bitter than either of the other two. It's just different. It's not as sweet, not as smooth, but it's got its own little thing going for it. I like it a lot. I had one on its own last night when I first got them in the mail. Threw them in the fridge, and compared to the other ones I've had from RationAle, they're Mexican lager. Those are both very complimentary. I had one of each last night. And this one now, compared to other IPAs, you see the differences, and the difference between this one and the others is that level of bitterness, and it's really good. So the RationAle Hazy Citrus IPA is going to get an 8 out of 10. Really like it. It's not to the same level of my fondness of the Citrus Cacao IPA, just because that one's so unique. But this is definitely solid. Recommend giving it a try. If you'd like to give it a shot, go to the link in my description and you can get it from the website. Finally, the Freewave Hazy IPA from Athletic Brewing Co. Round 2. Like I said before, it's not as opaque or hazy as the other two, but still a little bit. You can see it there. If you want to see the can again, there's the can. You've probably seen it. If you are watching this, you've probably had it before, and if you haven't, recommend it. Cheers. Yep, that's the one. That's super smooth. It is simple, straightforward, a little hoppy, a little citrusy, a little sweet, all the things you want, very balanced. It almost combines the other two together in its own unique way, bringing the balance between the hoppiness and the sweetness and the citrus flavor. Really good. Yeah, the Freewave is solid. I put out a request on one of the Facebook groups I'm in for non-alcoholic beer, actually 2 of them, and I asked of the 9 IPAs I had in my fridge how I should put them against each other, and I didn't go forward with what I was told to do, but I wanted to try this direction with the Freewave, the RationAle, and the Citrus Cacao. I've got plenty of other, I think I've got like 7 or 8 others that I found that I can pin against each other. But this Freeway was highly recommended by people, saying it was one of their favorites. So I've made sure to get it in early so people can see what I think of it. Cheers again. All right, plain and simple, all around beer, all around solid beer. And I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Similar to the Citrus Cacao, high rating because it deserves it. It's got everything you'd want from a hazy IPA. It's straightforward, it's bitter, it's sweet, it's citrusy. It is a good beer. That just about rounds it up. Bring them all back into view. Highly recommend all 3 of these beers. Give it a 9, an 8, and a 9. Feel free to use the link for the RationAle, the Athletic Brewing Co. You can get it in stores, you can get it in a lot of places. If you are interested in learning more about non-alcoholic beer and beverages down the road, I'm actually going to be doing some non-alcoholic mocktail offerings and wine soon. Feel free to watch the channel. You can check out a playlist right there from a recent review session I did, or you can subscribe right over here. So thanks for watching to the end. Thanks for the subscribers out there. Thanks for the people that are going to subscribe. And thank you for watching my video. Have a good day, everybody.